Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, everyone. Hello.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good
Good
afternoon.
afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. Let's start with today we'll start using our textures plus custom brushes and all. So let's start with the base. Let's create base as usual. Let's shift and drag and create your base. Separate layer. Make sure you want to change the color and all. This is just a base. That's it. Okay. Everybody join. Okay. Hmm. So suppose I want to create some pattern, texture, or some like anything. Suppose maybe I'm planning to create some fabric or something similar to that. I can do that as well. So what I can do, this is already selected. So what I'll do is put some color, double click, change the color, and top of it. If I want, I can use a pen tool, or if I want, I can use some other tool as well, or maybe paint it directly. Oh, I just use mark path. So control enter to convert that into selection and B is the same color. Finish. So you can see this. I wanted to create a fabric or something like that. So I just created this thing separately. And like suppose I want to add more details like light and shadow because everything like each and every material works differently. They like react differently with light and shadow. So fabrics usually usually most of the fabric they don't shine, but we have shiny fabrics and all. So usually they don't shine. So what I can do here, either I can combine these two, like select all control, which is my shortcut. Select these two, Control E, merge it. So this entire thing becomes one single solid plane, and top of it I can start creating my basic structure. I'm following the same basic spherical shape. So if it is a fabric on a sphere ball, so it will automatically top part will take the shape of ball, and base will have the this folds and all wrinkles. So I can add some shadow. So I can darker tone, right click, brush, softer brush, and define some shadow. This is something if we want, we can use some reference, or we can suppose we want to create, like explore our creativity and our own observation. We can do like manually also. I'm just adding some folds. If I want, I can make them if I want to convert them to very prominent fold, I can do that as well. I can just simply opacity, make it 100%, and take hard brush. I can add like details like this, or I can just simply add make them smudged, blurred. Go to blur, washing blur, increase intensity. You get this nice soft blur. So I can paint it manually, or I can do it like this as well. So both work perfectly. And the only thing you have to make sure this it should not be black. So what I'll do, I'll multiply this and this particular color, Control Shift Delete, and fill this with like a color, red color, say same red color, and then control the intensity. So it stays within the red color zone only. And if I want to smudge or do something, I can do that as well. Like this, sample all layers. Oh, normal. Oh, multiply. It's changing the color. Brush. So I can pick one more for highlight with same color and change the smooth to screen. It's an empty layer of brush. I'll define the highlight. The stairs, same, same shadow and highlight we're following. Shadow, you can see use it with screen. If I go to normal, same color, so just simply change it to screen to create that nice smooth like blended shadow. And then like usually fabric cloth, they have this fabric and all, so fabric texture, weaving and all. So that is something we can add with the help of pattern. You can see there's the option pattern adjustment layers. So this can have created. Let's see what we have here. So see, we have this weaving. So these are like what I have created manually, or you can just simply check restore default pattern. Okay, it's the same thing in this. Okay. Okay, simply add this with the help of multiply, but this particular pattern is not very good. So what I can do, I can go and check some nice pattern, Google about it. So drag it to here. Fabric pattern image. You can see you can find tons of patterns that like quite easily. And check some pattern. Let's check this pattern. This is busy. It just looks stylable. Let's use this in this. Okay. Control D, paste it, control, click. It will create this selection. Go to edit. You can see you have this option for define pattern and define brush preset. So create this into pattern. Then control D, deselect it, hide it, and now go to pattern. Again apply pattern. So by default, it will apply that pattern. And now can scale it up, scale it down based on your requirement. Flip it into this, and you can use like blend it with the base using blending mode. Adjust this with the help of like blending mode, reduce opacity, or suppose you want to keep this pattern really prominent, then you can apply a by mistake, so you can apply a level. And this is only and only for this particular pattern. So I have to create a mask for this. Into shift invert selection, cell, and this will flip into this section. We convert, I can modify this if I want. So will look better. Not very nice. I should use some other button. Okay. We can use some other patterns. So let's try some other nice fabric. So like this is how you blend multiple textures and your base color and everything together to create something really unique. New design. Let's see. Something like this, weaving and all. You can create some really nice weaving. Soft light. To reduce the intensity and control P, and with the help of transformation can create all these nice fabric patterns that align with the surface. And I can reduce the intensity, increase, decrease, or create anything. And then just to make it like a bit nicer, I can create this shape. Maybe stitching or something. Control click, and then go to brush, select the patterns and design something. So let's use this one. The previous class we have created this brush, so I can use the same brush. I just selected and check the size. Go to brush settings, shape dynamic, percentage spacing, then shape dynamic, nothing, angle jitter, direction. So these are the direction it will follow. And plus, let's see, it looks way too wide. I can squeeze it. So like this, I don't want. I can to rotate it minus 90 or 90 degrees. We wanted to create something like this. So brush is modified. Go back to pen tool. Right click, stroke path. Make sure it's an empty new layer. And from tool, select brush. Or there's lots of things are there. Select brush. It will create the entire pattern using the sheet. Go to path, deselect it, layer. You can, if you want, you can flip it, create a mask. You can change the pattern, design, or change the color. Like any color. Select this layer, fill it. You can change it, you can change it, overlay it, multiply, move it down. You can add all these things. And then if you want to increase the contrast or something, you can add a brightness contrast. So increase brightness contrast and make sure it just apply this mask here. It should not affect your background. So there are like 100 tons of ways to create it and do it. You can do something like this, or a base pair. Suppose I have some rocky texture or something I want to create. I'll search for a rock texture. You can see like there's tons of textures, patterns, and all these things are there. So what I can do, like this looks fine. I can select this. So let's copy this and control V, state.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, tell me.
So we can use this for the assignment also, no? That 15 materials.
Oh, what material? Ah, yes,
It's
of course, you can use all the things. Those 15 materials. You can use all these things.
yes, sir.
Like a
Thank you, sir.
combination of combination of painted, combination of mix of your photos, your brushes, everything. Because all these things we use in industries, so make sure you can combine everything. You can use textures, you can use photo references, you can paint it, you can combine two, three photos, everything is fine.
Yes, sir.
So
Thank you, sir.
once let's wait. So one thing, okay, like one thing, like still like there will be multiple cases you will get this kind of image. Okay, let's go control N, create control Z, cases. Okay, there will be cases instances when you get this kind of images from internet and you have to clean all these things manually. So there's a very good tool is there and you can do it very quickly. That is something how you can do is, let's see. Either you can use patch or you can just simply create a selection, create a new selection layer and take a hard or soft brush, any brush, brush B, right click, take a hard brush and just paint over this section, just cover those areas. Wherever you want to blend, like wherever you want to fix things and want to remove all these watermarks, there's a very good technique is there. Just paint over that those areas wherever you want to change anything or you want to remove your this watermark, because if you traditionally if you want to use stamp tool, it will take a lot of time to fix it. So just fill those sections, control, click on this and make sure create a new layer. Then there's an option called fill, shift F5, click on this. So there is an option you can see, content aware. This option is make sure it's selected content aware, this one only, and press OK. Okay. It should work with a separate layer altogether. I did something mistake. Just give me a second. Okay. Just duplicate things by default. Okay. Okay, I just Control D. Oh, I remember. Yes, I remember now. Control J. I just duplicating this so that you can check the like difference. Control click and select that paint. So now you have this selection. Select the duplicated layer, fill, content aware. You press OK. It is processing. It will take like 1 or 2 minutes. And Control C. You can see all those watermark and everything is gone instantly. Though we can do it manually and we can do a better job than this, but this works most of the time. Like when you have like a lot of like watermark and all these things, and you have to manually do it, that time you can use this and fix things very easily and quickly. So let's delete this one and place it here. Flip it. I have this rock, so select this one and use the same distort Sterile. Control D. So give me that round circular shape. So I got this round circular shape. Suppose I want to blend now. This is one texture. Just blend, merge these two. One circular shape. And suppose I want to modify this. I want to add some foliage or some anything I want to add. So what I can do, I can just search more. So I can search for tons of more. So such something like good decent size. This is a bit blurred. So I can use in the description. I cannot use the entire thing. So I have to search something which is like a nice, clean and crisp. That doesn't look nice. Okay, copy. Control D and flip it into this. Don't worry about this like lighting direction and all those things. That is something we'll map. And this either I can flip it into this or I can just create a mask. D, make sure it's black, and now I can simply paint and create this uneven surface. This is something I'm masking it out. I'm not erasing it. You can erase also, but erase is the destructive way to do it. If you want some like parts from the back, then it will be very difficult to get those areas back. So I mask it. But if you can see, it's just clearly visible. These two parts areas are entirely different. Just to match the color also. And just creating some uneven surface. So let's make it really nice and clean. Like anything, like we create something, all these things. Now, thing is, the color doesn't match. So what I can do, Control J, Alt click on this, you can see this mask. So I can just simply disable mask. So I can see that this particular rock is this is basically part near to some lake or river. The color is different. So what I'll do, I'll take a lasso tool L, just copy one section from this image, Control J, and delete this layer. Keep this, select this. This is layer 8. Remember this name. Now select your base layer for which you want to change the color. Go to image, adjustment, match color, source, none, untitled, and layer was 8. It will automatically match the color. And with it will retain all the color variation and everything. Now we have this light direction. We have to add some lighting direction. So what I'll do, one more new layer. I can just click control, click on this, and I want to combine this part also. Control shift, click on this. I got this entire selection, or I can just simply select this. That's the tool. And with pressing shift, okay, alt, minus this section, minus, minus. I have this section and plus this entire selection plus press shift, control, and shift together. Click on this. It will create this selection and create a mask. Now you can directly paint over this layer and it will be visible within this mask only. And change this to multiply because we are going to create shadow. For shadow, we use multiply. For highlight, we use screen. Pick the same color, and this time I'll be using no. This is like okay, for my dog is barking. And now I'll just add paint it directly on the surface. Also find it a little bit lighter. I can use a darker tone or maybe dark tone very easily. And if I want, I can create really sharp shadow as well if I want. That is something personally I don't recommend. But again, depending upon the lighting condition, I can say just move it down. And the shadow will cast somewhere here. So I can create one more layer, same mask, alt drag, and this time I'll take a soft brush, okay, tiny line, and add all this shadow. Like a sense of this direction, so it will cast really strong shadow. Blend it nicely. And this will base the rock also. The shadow casting will change. Right now it's black. I'll change the color. Don't worry about that. Now I'll add some spherical volume. Way to black. Reduce the opacity. Or if I want, I can change the color also. So something made to more greenish. Okay, add this greenish tint. Reduce slightly. Then now this base can see this base is clearly visible, so it looks really odd. I can take a new layer, pick this color, hard brush, and the base also I have to make it uneven, so that it looks unnatural, not unnatural. Should look natural. Make like uneven surface. If I want, I can add some like lines, cracks. One more layer. Take this bright color and blend it nicely. Like for blending, I need to have this uneven surface. And this is something I will paint manually because edges will be slightly brighter. So you take the same color, slightly brighter. Should blend nicely. Should look like part of that thing only. In a minute, the class going to end. So if you zoom out, you see now it starts looking like part of this thing only. So we can create all these things together. And there's like n number of combinations that we can do. Just rejoin. I'll restart the meeting. Restart the meeting. Just rejoin it. I take so that I can take attendance and finish this. Okay. I'll just end the
Okay, sir.
meeting. Yeah.
Yes, sir.